Cutting through the political rhetoric like a machete through the jungle, clearing you a path to understanding to what the politicians really mean. That's the point of our Arizona Vote segments, comparing the candidates. It's a chance for you to hear from the candidates on one issue in their own words, back to back to back in this case, and hear the true contrast before making a decision on which one you'll cast a vote for in November 8th's general election, which is 48 days away from today. We compare the candidates today in the U.S. Senate race on the issue of abortion, and KTAR senior news reporter Jim Cross has three candidates this time around and starts with the Republican.
Yeah, we do, Jim. Republican Senate candidate Blake Masters has taken what some believe to be a somewhat softer stance on the issue of abortion, some going as far as to say he scrubbed his website on the issue. Masters told Arizona's Morning News recently, not so.
Go read my website right now. It is the most detailed, most pro-life agenda of any Senate candidate nationwide. I'm proudly pro-life, and if we change something from time to time, that just reflects a new way that we're talking about something.
And Masters said the federal government should have a personhood law, which includes fertilized eggs, embryos, and fetuses that should be considered people with the same rights as those already born. Arizona called for a 15-week ban, and he's in favor of that.
90% of Arizonans agree with that, by the way. The only people who don't are radical leftists, abortion activists like Mark Kelly, who believes in no limits up until birth.
And Arizona's Morning News gave United States Senator Democrat Mark Kelly the chance to react to that.
First of all, what he says is not true. But what is true is that I do not support a national abortion ban.
Kelly does say he supports a woman's right to make choices about her own body and health care.
Even when it comes to late-term abortions, though, Senator?
You know, our government needs to respect a woman's freedom, and there are restrictions on abortion late in pregnancy, and there should be, as allowed under Roe v. Wade. We just need to make sure that women can get the health care they need if they're facing serious circumstances.
But there are more than two candidates trying to secure a full 6-year term in the U.S. Senate this November, Jim.
Yeah, the other candidate that will be on the ballot for the Senate seat is Libertarian Marc Victor. He recently told Arizona's Morning News he likes the Supreme Court decision on Roe v. Wade, returning decisions to the state level.
I would put it even in a smaller community. Imagine if Mesa outlawed abortion and Tempe said, no, you get to have an abortion here. Now, I think there are other things to say about it, the issues of rape, the issues of health and life of the mother. Those are all important questions.
And Victor also had this to say about late-term abortion.
We need to think about late-term abortions more like evictions. To the extent a pregnant woman has a right to take the baby out of her body, she does not have a right to insist that we kill the baby.
Now, that's a synopsis on where the Libertarian, the Democrat, and the Republican stand on abortion in an all-important race for the U.S. Senate seat that could determine the balance of power in the Senate. So a great deal is riding on the outcome.
Oh, absolutely. And we just got some new polling info this morning on that Senate race, Jim. And if you're one of those voters who puts much stock into the polls, it looks like Kelly will win this race if it were held today.
Yeah, his lead's growing. It's up to 12 points right now, according to Mike Noble with OH Predictive Insights. They did a recent survey of more than 650 Arizona likely voters. And things right now leaning toward Kelly, starting to pull away a little bit from Masters. Mm-hmm. And it's probably because of all of the money that Kelly is spending. I mean, he's outspending him right now, at least earlier this month. Almost $5 million to just under $2 million for Masters.
Well, I believe 12% undecided in that race.
12%.
Still. And since we mentioned Marc Victor, the Libertarian, and his views on abortion, we should mention he's at 6%.
He's at 6% this point.
And a ton of money, by the way, being spent just in the week that ended 9/18. There was almost $5 million spent on pro-Mark Kelly broadcast ads and almost $2 million on pro-Master broadcast ads. So a lot of money floating around in this race.
This
could
well end up being one of the most expensive races that's ever been run in Arizona. There's that much on it.
And one of the most expensive around the country.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Thanks a lot, Jim.